Hi y'all, it's your favorite trainer in the belt buckle. Today we're going to help you pass the NASM CPT the night before. We've had over 650 people pass the NASM CPT, but if you want to become a great trainer, you got to show up. It's about programming and social media and sales and science. This textbook isn't going to do that, but don't worry, we'll help you pass it. But if you want to be significant, you got to show up. We got internships in San Diego, Los Angeles. We're now online 2 months. We're going to take care of you. So check us out. Our study guide will help you pass as well. Start out with chapter 6 the night before. Go through this and understand subjective and objective information. When the client gives you that information, that's subjective information. When you obtain it, like blood pressure, like measurements, that's going to be objective information. Part Q is physical activity readiness questionnaire. Go through the Part Qs first, and then we're going to get into the cardio aspects of which there's 2 tests that you need to know. You need to know the Rockport test and the YMCA step test, and know the zones, so zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and where you're going to place them. Most popular artery that trainers are going to check would be your radial. This is your brachial that you do for blood pressure. 70 to 80 is the average resting heart rate, 75 for females, 70 for males. They like this one on page 128 about the hip to waist ratio of greater than 0.95 for males would be a risk, 0.8 for females. No BMI, 18.5 to 24.9 is normal, 25 to 29.9 is overweight, obese. We are a fat nation, job security, right? But that's where we're here to help. So they're going to focus a lot on the syndromes. So we got upper cross, we have lower cross, we have pronation distortion syndrome. I wouldn't get too hung up on this table. Go to chapter 7, which we'll take a look at. So I would just skip that the night before and get into and understand the 4 postural tests. You got the overhead squat, you got to do that. And then you have the single leg squat, and you're going to pull, and then you're going to push, and you're looking for deviations in the traps and the elbows. And then you're going to have 5 performance tests. That's going to be the shark skill, the Davies test, bench press, push up, and squat. So that's what you need to go through to chapter 6. Go to chapter 7, know the vocab words. So you definitely need to know what relative flexibility is, taking the path of least resistance. They like to quiz you on altered reciprocal inhibition, synergistic dominance, arthrokinematics and dysfunction, autogenic inhibition. My favorite, the knots. We've never found them, but they're in the book. Nope. I'll help you pass, so I won't make fun of it. But the knots are bullshit, but you got to know the cumulative injury cycle. No corrective for phase 1, no active for phase 2, 3, and 4, and then no functional for phase 5. And then if you want to look at some of the stretches, they're not going to ask you anything specific on that or the muscles. Definitely don't go through the muscles. They may ask you something about the controversial stretches. Head to chapter 14. 14 is a pretty big chunk, but all you need to know are the last tables starting on page 370. So phase 1, just know the resistance portion. That's all you need to know. So how long would you hold a stretch for when you're doing a plyometric? 3 to 5 seconds. Resistance 12 to 20, 1 to 3 sets, 50 to 70%. 0 to 90 seconds for rest. And 4-2-1. Got to do 4-2-1. And then so 372. All you need to know for phase 2 is supersets. That's gonna be a bench press and do a stability ball push-up. And then 374. No resistance for hypertrophy, which is the worst model in the world, but I'm not here to critique it. So 6 to 12 reps, 2-0-2 tempo, 75 to 85%, 0 to 60 seconds, which has been debunked, but let's just keep it in there for now. 3 minutes is superior. Nope. Let's go back to phase 3. So no 0 to 60 seconds for hypertrophy. 376, you have strength, which is just completely terrible, but we're gonna do 1 to 5 reps, 85 to 100% intensity, and 4 to 6 sets, and then no 379. Their power phase, which is, but it's another superset. So we have 2 supersets, phase 2 and phase 5. You need to know that your first one's going to be more explosive, like a plyo push-up into a heavy bench press. You can also flip-flop that, so you can do heavy bench press, 1 to 5 reps into plyo push-up. That's what you need to know. Don't worry about chapter 15. Don't worry about chapter 16. They're not going to ask you much on that. 17. Nutrition, no, don't fall for the PES, which is sports. Don't fall for the fitness cert. Don't get that stuff. You don't need it. Chapter 18, they definitely won't ask anything on that because it's supplements. 19 and 20, if you have maybe 1 hour, get through 6, 7, 14, and then go through 19. Know the stages of change. They love asking you stuff about body image and all that fun stuff. Do not go through the exercise library in the back, Appendix A. They're not going to ask you much about that. What's the ending leg position on a cable rotation, triple extension? That's all you really need to know. Definitely don't go through the program because their program is absolutely terrible. And then also do not go through their muscles because their muscles are terrible. The images are just terrible as well. But it's just a little fun little factoid, just so I'm on a rant right now. Where's the coracobrachialis? Oh, one of the 17 muscles that's not in there. What about the 8 actions of the scapula? Oh, we only got 4. But I'm not here to critique NASM because it's a horseshit certification. We're here to help you pass it. All right, so that's what you need to focus the night before. But if you want to become a great trainer, you got to show up. Have a great day.